Hi friends, today we're going to work with what we've been learning about regrouping tens and regrouping hundreds and putting them just together to work just with subtracting three-digit numbers to figure out if we even need to regroup tens or our hundreds and things like that, okay? So you're going to open up to page 445 in your workbook to follow along. So, using base 10 blocks to solve, we have 355 students are eating lunch in the cafeteria. 166 students packed their lunch. How many students brought their lunch? Draw the blocks and write the number. Okay? So we have 355. My tens aren't very good. This a little clear. So we have 3 hundreds, 5 tens, and 5 ones in 355. Oops, it's only the last one. Struggling, huh? Alright, so we have 355. Now we have to take away 166. So our problem, our problem looks like this: 355 minus 166. Okay? So as always, we're going to start in the ones place. We have 5 minus 6. Can I take away 5 minus 6? No, or can I take away 6 from 5? No, because that's not enough. So I'm going to have to break down one of my tens, which we know how to do, into 10 ones. 9, 10. So now I took away one of my tens. I have 4. And instead of 5 ones, I have 15. So now it's 15 minus 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm left with 9. Okay, perfect. So I move on to my tens place. Now I have 4 minus 6. Wait a second, I can't do that. I don't have enough in the top to take away from the bottom. So we have to regroup a 100 as 10 tens. And then I can take away the 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now look at how it looks. Of course, I'm left with 8. Now look at how it looks in this problem. We've already crossed out the tens once and borrowed them, but that's okay. We can cross them out again. So look here, we're borrowing from our hundreds. So 3 becomes a 2. And then now my 4 becomes a 14. Okay? Because we added 10 tens. Okay, it seems like a lot, but once you get into the routine, it'll be pretty easy. So then you have 14 minus 6 is 8, which we knew that, and then 2 take away 1 is 1. So the answer is 189, okay? So basically this whole lesson is going to be kind of determining if we need to regroup our tens, if we need to regroup our hundreds, if we don't need to regroup, anything like that. So let's work through it a little bit. So subtracting 634 minus 159. Subtract the ones is always step 1, right? So in this case, we cannot subtract 9 ones from 4 ones, as you can see here. So we have to regroup a 110 as 10 ones. We know how to do that, so we do that there. Excuse me. Alright, so then we have 14 minus 9 is 5. And we have to move on to the tens. So we have 12 in this place now. Or I'm sorry, we have 2 in this place now. So we have 2 minus 5. We can't do that, so we have to break down 100 into 10 tens. And that's how that becomes 12. Okay, so now you have 12 minus 5, which is 7. And then you go to the hundreds. And we have 5 minus 1, which we can do. So 5 minus 1 is 4. So 634 take away 159 is 475. Okay? And it says, talk math. Explain what you write in the box above the ones and the box above the tens when you regroup tens and hundreds. So you write the number by adding tens to it. So your 4 became a 14, your 2 became a 12 because you're adding a group of 10, because that's what you break down. Well, it may be excuse me, friends, 110 that you're borrowing to your ones, 110 is 10 tens. Well, it may be one group of 100 that you're giving to your tens. One group of 100 is 10 tens, okay? And something else I want to note, if you can see here in this case, when I did it, I crossed out the number again to write the 14, which is just something I kind of did whenever I learned it, but you can also just write the 10 beside it. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. Um, let's do another one. Let's just do your next one. I'm sure that this will need. Yes, okay, so let's do 431, taking away 345, and I actually don't know why I'm rewriting on this page. I can just do it on this one. All right, so you have 431 minus 345, right? We're doing 1 on your independent practice page. So in my first page, or my first column, because you always start with the ones, I will say that until you can say it in your sleep, always start with the ones. You have 1 minus 5. Can't do that, so I'm going to have to borrow from my tens. So I had 3 tens, and it becomes 2, and my 1 becomes an 11 because I added 10 to it. So 11 minus 5 is 6, okay? And then I come in the middle, 2 minus 4. Can't do that, so I have to borrow from my hundreds. So my hundreds, my 4 becomes a 3. And look here. This is how I should show you because this is the box that they have for you. You're just going to add the 1 there. So it becomes 12. So you don't have to cross it off and write it above it. So sorry that I showed you that additional step. So we have 12. So then you have your 2 that became a 12. So 12 minus 4 is 8. I keep giving the answer ahead of time. 12 minus 4 is 8. And then we move on to our hundreds. 3 minus 3 is nothing. And I don't have to write a 0 there because you don't have to write a 0 in the biggest one. Okay, so it's just 86. Let's try one more so I can show you again, seeing that 10. So you have 2 minus 8. Can't do that, so I have to borrow from my next number. So my 6 becomes a 5. All right, and my 2 becomes a 12 because I took a group of 10, added it in. 12 minus 8 is 4. Okay, going on to my tens, I have 5 minus 8. Can't do that, so I have to borrow from my hundreds. My 7 becomes a 6, and I just add a 10 here, so it becomes 15. See, I just added that line, or added the 1 to make it a 15, okay, so you don't have to cross it right up above. 15 minus 8 is 7. And then we have 6 minus nothing is 6, okay? So you're doing the same things you've been doing these past 2 days. It's just now you have to regroup probably more than once, okay? So you don't always have to regroup. Make sure you're paying attention that if you'll need to regroup or not, and working with the past lessons that we've been working with the past 4 days, okay? So this is a good kind of culmination. That means bringing it all together, what we've been working on. So you have your independent practice pages, of course, also taking it into those word problems, and then your homework as well, practicing these same skills as well, okay? All right, as always, work hard, do your best, and have a great rest of your day.